Let's go into a brief history of the atom to illustrate how the atom developed over time. In 1904, Thomson developed a model of an atom that was made up of electrons scattered unevenly within an elastic sphere surrounded by a soup of positive charges to balance out the electron's charge. This model was called the plum pudding model, like plums surrounded by pudding. Some years before this proposed model, Thomson discovered the subatomic electron, saying they are negatively charged subatomic particles. Thomson performed the experiment using a sealed glass tube with gases in it. He passed an electric current through the tube, and the result was a cathode ray. Another contributor to the electron was U.S. physicist Robert Millikan, 1868 to 1953. Millikan carried out experiments to find the quantity of the charge carried out by the electron. He calculated the mass of the electron that is very similar to the accepted mass given today. Eugene Goldstein, 1850 to 1930, observed in 1886 that in a cathode ray tube there were rays going the opposite direction. He concluded that these were positively charged particles. Protons are positively charged subatomic particles. Each proton has a mass about 1,840 times greater than an electron. In 1932, English physicist James Chadwick, 1891 to 1974, confirmed the existence of another subatomic particle. Neutrons are subatomic particles with no charge, but a mass nearly equal to a proton. Rutherford's gold foil experiment. This experiment changed the prevailing thought of the structure of an atom. Because of this experiment, Rutherford concluded that most of the alpha particles pass through because the atom is mostly empty space, and the reason that some of the particles were deflected were due to the concentration of the positive charges in the atom, which is now known today as the nucleus. The nucleus makes a very small portion of the structure of an atom. If I really wanted to give a proportional description of the atom, I couldn't even do it on this tablet that I have here. A good analogy would be if a baseball was a nucleus, the size of the atom and the electron field would be about the size of the baseball stadium. Niels Bohr came up with a model of the atom that we now know today as the Bohr model. Bohr postulated that fixed energies related to the orbit. Electrons cannot exist between orbits. The higher the energy level, the further it is away from the nucleus. And an atom with a maximum number of electrons in the outermost orbital energy level is stable or unreactive. So essentially what Bohr said was there were fixed energy levels for electrons and that electrons could not exist in between energy levels. Let me come out here. If this was energy level 1, energy level 2, energy level 3, that an electron couldn't exist in between energy level 1 and 2. Would have to be within here, this energy, one of these energy levels. And the higher the energy level, the further it would be away from the nucleus. Say this is the nucleus. And so energy level 1 would be the lowest energy level. And then after that, it would be energy level 2, then energy level 3. And if the outermost orbital energy level was filled, then it would be stable. We'll get more into that later.